Hello YouTube and welcome back to Transport Fever Season 2 The Great Lakes. That's actually quite loud in my ear. Oh well, I'll have to deal with it for this episode. Last time out, this train was passing over the embankment. This is actually going over to, where's it going over to? Sault St Marie. That's where it's going. Sault St Marie, and we're going to be dropping off, well actually this is actually dropping off nothing. But as you can see, it's a fairly long train. If you guys missed it, that's the size of the train, and just to compare it to one of these, as you can see, that train is actually 200 meters long, so you can just see the difference in the train sizes there. As another train comes in, oh, that's quite a shot coming up right here. I'll take a screenshot of that. You can see there is some coal in this actually. It's only half filled with coal, but you know, it's better than nothing. This is definitely better than nothing. And yeah, let's just get straight on with it. Right. So last time out we did all this. We set these things up. You know, things were running. Let's bring that back. There we go. Look, we've got tank cars available and an Orion. Not a Ford, but an Orion. That's a joke probably most people won't get. Actually, I don't know. I don't know who will get those jokes or not. We've got a bunch of these as well now going in and out. In fact, all of them are going out. That's not good. But all of them should be full, right? 50 on both of those. 50 on both of on that. I've also noticed that for some reason this is in kilometers an hour. I swear I had this in miles per hour. I have switched over to a new computer. So perhaps for this episode everything's going to be stuck in kilometers an hour. It probably is going to be stuck in kilometers an hour. Oh well, we'll deal with that for this episode, and then after that we'll have to switch over. That being said, I should be able to convert it fairly nicely. Everything seems to be ticking along fairly well around here, as you can see. Some trains going to and fro. And things are going along at a decent frame rate now as well, at least for the time being. It looks like I've got a massive improvement in frame rates here, which I'm quite happy about. But you know, obviously in time it is going to get a little bit worse. First thing we need to do here, let's clean this up, because this is pretty bad. There we go, that's clean, and let's plant some conifer trees. There we go. Doesn't look like it. Oh, actually, it does look like there was stuff there. Come on. Why does it look like there was stuff there? Possibly this bit here. Let's just blend this in a little. Maybe because the trees are quite small. I don't know. All these trees are of one kind, and these are actually planting trees of a different kind. See, that's the trees I want, but that's not the trees I'm getting. Ah, that's probably what it is. Anyway, we've done that. That's going to, you know, from that angle, it's fine. From that angle, it's absolutely fine. What we're going to do today, we're going to get straight on with attempting to work out how we're going to get oil across from here over to here, which is where we're going. Well, actually, technically over to here, because from here we're going to be running trains back and forth with both stone going down this way and stone coming out from there, and obviously the oil going in. I've also I haven't forgotten, someone in the comments did say that they want to see me try and get the way all the way up to Ottawa from here. So working my way through the mountains, and I will get to that. I haven't forgotten, but first I want to just get this side of the freight sort of going. So we're going to begin with that, and I'm thinking we also need to put a freight station. Now this is some fairly flat ground. If I was to put a freight station in here and then connect it up via roads on both ways, we could actually get Indianapolis and Cincinnati sorted on a freight station. But that being said, we also want the passengers going this way, and we were thinking of having them cross over, weren't we? So we really need to sort of think about what we're going to do here. So that's something we do need to be concerned with. Similarly, we've got this coal over here, which we might not use, but it might come in handy to have a freight station around here. Or we could just run this all the way over to Naperville if we really needed. So there is that. But the most important one is trying to get tracks out of here, which is exactly what we're going to focus on today. So, oh, I remember when I did that. I made this kind of, I flattened this out a bit, didn't I? So let's clean that up. There we go. It's a bit cleaner. And clean it up around here. Can I clean these up? I can if I make it small enough, right? There we go. I must say, this is a wonderful tool. Oh look, there's a train going over. This is a wonderful tool now that we can adjust the size and everything. And if you want to see more smoothing, please do go and check out Colonel Failure and Slim Nasty. Both their channels, Slim Nasty 2013 and Colonel Failure, they are both absolute experts at smoothing. That's something I am not, or I refuse to get too much into. I could probably smooth all day, but I don't want to get too into that because it's just going to take forever. I think I could spend episodes smoothing, and I'd rather not. So do go check out their channels if you want to see lots and lots of smoothing after you watch this video. Don't go to their channels whilst we're here. I mean, I didn't get a new computer for nothing. I'm sure you guys have noticed the smoother frame rates whilst I'm playing. Look at that. That's 60 frames per second. Right, so how are we going to get out of here? We've got some iron there that we want to pass by. We've got a farm there that we want to take advantage of. We've got all these hills here. And we probably want to be on that side of Cincinnati. We've got that going in over here. This is going to be quite tough. Now, we've got those tracks going in like so. We could probably run the larger trains out of here. Let's have a look at what happens if I try and do this. See, that's going to actually want to tunnel, which, you know, isn't bad. That's not entirely a bad thing right there, like so. But I have a funny feeling the second tunnel will not want to go through that, and that's going to, yeah, I have a really bad feeling putting a second tunnel in there is going to cause issues. And then nevertheless, even though if we do that, we've got the whole problem of trying to get through here. And I don't want to be cutting through again like I did over here. As you can see, I've tried very hard not to cut through and destroy things. So you can see I added a little bit here. I bridged it over that gap. I cut through that, but then I kept it fairly consistent all the way through. And only here did I do a double tunnel through. Just there. That's the only place I tunneled through. So, yeah. Now for this, I am thinking we go sort of there and then... So many... boy. I'm not sure. I am not sure. I tell you what, this is a good start though. This is a very good start because we could... I don't really want to clear through there. I mean, we could try and wind it up around and sort of bridge it over. We could start going uphill and try and wind our way into them. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. That's the plan. So if we bring this back to about there, let's see if we can get the second one in. I hope we can. Oh, we can. Okay, great. Okay. And I want to get another set in, if possible. But I've got, like I said, I've got this feeling that it's not going to... Hang on, it is going to be okay. Oh, that's good. By the way, do these tunnels... No, they still have the... Okay, right, we're going to have to use the other tunnels. I wish those... If whoever made those tunnels, if you can update them to to be, oh boy. Let's do that. To sort of work with the new model where we can actually see through. That would be absolutely fantastic. If you could do that, please, I would be very, very grateful. Please work. Okay, so we've managed to get 4 tracks out of here. That's good. Now these tracks, odds are, if we want to get the 6th, see, we're probably going to have to do this now. There, we've got to do something like that, which is I don't know. That's a 75 mile an hour limit. It's going to slow down to about 55 miles per hour there. Yeah, 55 miles per hour is kind of okay. That's not too bad. And hey, we could possibly have this if we really... No, we can't. Interesting. So apparently we can't have that because of something to do with the bridge. Not bridge? No, a bridge tunnel. Now that's going to be fairly slow, but if I can get the second one on that, that would be also very handy. I can do that. Too much curvature. Alright, alright. Destroy that. What if I... okay, let's do this off... I don't know whether this is clever. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. At least that works, right? So these 4 tracks are going to be the 4 primary tracks that manage perhaps a quarry stone, or even the oil can probably come in from those tracks if we just plan it up right. But we'll have loads and loads of trains going to and fro from there, and then we've got these 8 tracks out here that will allow us to go out this way. Right, now what we need to do is we need to get these tracks joined up together, because I think the only way we're going to be able to do this is 2-track. We're not going to be able to 4-track this. And so the most important thing right now is to get these tracks all up together. So if we do this and then... Oh, we got something available. Some ships. And a 6... Actually, and a 6-axle passenger car, Pullman. Oh, and a Mac. Return of the Mac. Okay, never mind. There we go. Ooh. There we go. Something like that. Okay, let's go ahead and slip these switches before we forget. There we go. That's all slipped. Correct. Well done. Okay, so now the trains can easily go in and out of whichever platforms they need to go. So I'm thinking the oil trains will run on these. Actually, there'll probably be a lot of oil. So no, we'll probably have the oil trains run off 2 or 3 of these, and the stone can come off that one. Yeah, that would probably be the best of ideas. Right, so now we've got the 2-track that we can go up and around with. So let's have a look. Right, where do we want to go? We need it to somehow end up out there. That's where we need it to end up. But look, if we did that, we'd have a bridge, a huge tunnel, a bridge, a cut through, a bridge, a cut through, a bridge, a tunnel, a cut through, a tunnel, a cut through, a tunnel, and then out here, which is kind of where we need to be. But like I said, that's just no good. That's no good. We need to do this smart. We need to play this smart. So what I'm thinking is we can try and wind it up the hill somehow. Let's think horseshoe curve style. So we want this to... There we go. Look at that. And we can bridge it, that's fine. I don't recall this type of bridge ever being available. I most certainly don't ever recall that type of bridge ever being available. And so we're going to go for stone. Also, we're in 1900s. I think I'm going to pause it right there. Right, so we've got that. Now, I'm thinking if we had it curving around, it's still not going to go high enough. I mean, essentially, I need it to go even higher than that. But we don't have the... Alright, let's start with this. Start with that and the stone bridge. And let's see where we can go from there. So we're now up a level, right? Yeah, we're definitely up higher. So from that, inside that valley, we've definitely done a bit of a climb. And we've done a bit of a curve. Now, essentially, I want us to be climbing even further. In fact, this might be the one we need to do. So we can tunnel into there, let it climb, and then go straight out. Well, we're going to go straight out through, though. Now, the question is, where do we go straight out of? Over this and then through here? This is probably the lowest lying regions of the mountains around here. So perhaps we need to... Or do we double back on ourselves and go this way? No, we can't go that way because that's just too far. So this might be the tunnel we need. And for this, I think we're going to use one of these tunnels. Because that just looks really fancy. Right, and it's going to be... Ooh, not that slow. Now, we can't have it coming... Oh, yes, we can, actually. Yes, we can. Because, look, there's a gap here. And we can use that gap to our advantage. If we did that, we can definitely use this gap to our advantage. Let's do that. See, I'm okay with that tunnel. Even if it does have that blackening inside it. There we go. Okay. Now from here, I see we can keep it climbing. We can definitely keep it climbing through this. This is good. Now, do we want to brick it or we probably want a stone bridge, right? And then, oh, well, see, the lowest point is there. So if I was to try something like that, I'm not sure. We're coming up to the end of this episode anyway, but what if I was to... So what if I was to try something like that? Another minimal tunnel, a bridge that is non-intrusive, and then the problem is getting it over this. We really want it here. That's where we really want it. Then we can swing it up and over. I think we swing it up and over and around. Okay, so we're definitely going to have another tunnel right here, which is okay. That's okay, actually. Look, we've added a little bit here, but we're trying to stick with the flow of the land. All right, so what we do is let's do this. Let's try and keep it as... Try not to cut. See, I'm trying very hard here not to cut too much. Like that. See, that's not bad. That's not bad, and we've used the mountain to our advantage. As you can see, that's definitely use of a mountain to our advantage. And then from here, this is where we'll have to end the episode by solving this one. Do we really want that? Oh, that's horrible. I don't... I'm not a huge fan of how that's going, but I don't think we have much in the way of a choice here. We're just not getting the height that we require unless we cut it through here. Hang on. What if we were to cut it through this way? Like that. That would be safe, wouldn't it? So a short tunnel over, and look, we're not really cutting into the ground, and we're getting ourselves to the lower parts, and then we can curve it around that way and then through there. Yeah, let's do that. Let us do that. Right, let's really try and make this the least intrusive again, which looks like about there. That looks fairly non-intrusive, so let's take that. It's still quite intrusive. Okay, but it's okay. It's okay, I think this is the best we can do. So this is where I'm going to end this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transport Fever. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think of what I'm doing so far. And don't forget to support me on Patreon. Link to that is in the description box below. Your support would be massively, massively appreciated. It allows me to upgrade my computer like you see here. Get more videos out, and I'm going to be starting to do more and more on Patreon, you know, extra videos, trying to get you guys on Discord, trying to have you interacting more with me so that I can make the content that you want to really see. So, you know, it just really helps me out, so do check that out. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Transport Fever, where hopefully we can get this all the way curved out over here. Then it should be a piece of cake. I'll see you guys then.